Welcome to the first official Sunday sit down, where I talk about my week in voiceover and in VoiceOver School. I tell you what worked, what didn't, what we're working on, because we're always trying to improve not just my voiceover career, but everybody else inside VoiceOver School. And if you're new here and you don't know who I am, I'm Jesse Carroll. I'm a full-time voice actor and voiceover coach. I am the founder of VoiceOver School, where we teach people how to book their first job, go full-time, and yes, even earn over six figures. If you want to learn more about that, check the description below, and I even got a free training for all you people that are brand new out there. And in my own voiceover career, I've booked over 2,000 voiceover jobs. I've made over $1 million in 8 years. That's how long I've been doing this for. And more recently, I'm a Voice Arts Awards winner. I tell you all of that so you know that I'm not just full of shit and just talking out of my ass, like a lot of coaches on YouTube. Cool. So what happened this week? So this week, I did about 120-ish auditions. I got a little lazy in my tracking towards the end of the week. And that's about half the auditions that I usually do these days. So not a strong week. I was working on a whole bunch of stuff for VoiceOver School. We got a bunch of new community-led classes and sessions that are launching. Had to be on point for that. Working on getting out my newest course, which is the 100K system, how I scale to 100K and beyond into multiple six figures. It's a course that I'm launching in the community right now. We are about 3-4 sections into it, and there's 12 in total. And those are going to be released over the coming weeks. So that took me away from my own voiceover career because I'm really working hard to get that out there. But I did manage to book 2 jobs this week. And of those 2 jobs, I did, I had 3 live directed sessions this week. One was from a job I booked the week before. And the live directed sessions were interesting because both of them were kind of overwritten a bit. Both live directed sessions that I did were really interesting in different ways. So one of them that I did, it's somebody that I've been working with for quite some time. And he sent me a couple scripts, and they were supposed to be a minute long, and I didn't look at them until the session, just because I just assumed it would be a minute long. Don't do that. Whenever somebody tells you a script's a minute long, open it up right away and time it, and let them know, because sometimes they just trust whoever wrote it. They don't check it out themselves. And then what happens is you get into a live directed session like I did, and you're looking at about 2 minutes of copy, and you got to try and get it into a minute. Obviously, with we had 2 sets of copy that we had to read, 2 spots for internal. So the client just wanted it to be in at 60 seconds. It wasn't imperative. So when you're doing like radio or TV, if you're doing like 60-second, most likely TV or online ad, it's got to be in that minute time. There was a little bit of leeway, but we still wanted to try and get it closer to a minute than 2 minutes. So when that happens, just stay calm. You know, you didn't write the copy. It's not your fault. Be prepared to go pretty quick, just so that the person you're working with can show the client what it sounds like when you go as fast as you need to go to get it even close to what they originally said. But we had a lot of fun doing it. We did eliminate a few paragraphs to try and get a version that was closer to the minute as well. But, you know, in these situations, don't look at it like a test. You're already hired. Just stay calm and work with the client. They just want to get the best result. And when you bring a little bit of levity and humor to it, it just goes so much better. Now, the other session, and that one worked out great. It was totally fine. It was a lot of fun. Probably took us about maybe 30 minutes, maybe 30, 40 minutes to get it done. The other spots that I did, there was a series of spots, but one of them I had to say like this whole monologue thing in rapid fire. Little quick short sentences, one after another, and I had to get it out in one breath. That would be the ideal situation. Now, this was extremely difficult to do. I worked my butt off and tried to be able to do it. I think I got it once. Whenever you're faced with something that you have to say a lot of text in rapid fire, sure, practice it so you can get it out. But also, you can take a second and breathe halfway through it. Just when you start losing some breath, pause, breathe in, and then continue the momentum, because when they edit it together, it'll be seamless. It'll sound like you just keep going and keep going and keep going like an auctioneer. I would show you that text, but the spot's not out yet, so I'm not going to share the spot's text. Just know that if you ever have to say something in rapid fire where you have to get it out in one breath, you don't actually have to get it out in one breath. It'd be nice if you did, but if you can't, don't stress. Above all, the one thing you want to do in live directed sessions, whenever you're faced with any kind of challenge whatsoever, stay calm. Approach it with humor. Just be super nice and just try to accommodate it. Most people in a live directed session, if you've never done them before, they're creatives as well, and they're super cool. They're usually pretty chatty, outgoing individuals. Every now and then you'll get someone that's just all business, but most of the time they're pretty cool. So just stay calm. no matter what. And don't apologize if you make mistakes. The one thing about the one where I'm spitting it out rapid fire, I made a ton of mistakes. You just say that line over again and over again and over again until you get it. And if you stay calm, they stay calm. They think you're a pro. So yeah, those are the 2 live directed sessions. For next week, I'm going to tighten up my auditioning. I'm going to get back on track because I like to do like a minimum of 40 auditions these days. Usually I'd be doing 50 to 60 auditions, but between coaching really taking off and the baby that's like almost 9 months now, will be probably 9 months I was going to say by the time you see this, but I'm recording this on Sunday actually. So sometimes I record these videos, if you've been watching, like days or sometimes even a week before it actually goes live. But today I'm recording it the day that it's going to go live. So anyway, baby being 9 months, it's difficult between giving my son the proper attention that he needs and deserves from his father and getting my auditions done and doing work that I'm booking and coaching clients and getting everything nice and tight inside VoiceOver School. So people are able to replicate what I'm doing and, have more success in their voiceover careers. Oh yeah. One thing that kept coming up was people talking about feeling ready, like feeling ready before they jump on voices, feeling ready before they jump on voice 1, 2, 3. That's like putting the cart before the horse. You're never going to feel ready for something that you haven't done before until you do it and start having some success at it. That's how you feel ready. That's how you build confidence. So, as the saying goes, feel the fear and do it anyway. For instance, if you're thinking about getting a voiceover and you just stumbled across this channel, just start. If you really, really want to do it, the investment, it's significant. It's not crazy as far as starting a small business goes. You can get started for, I don't know, I'd say get all your equipment, get everything set up for probably just under $500 in total. And then to like start auditioning on something like Voices, another $500 for membership. So you usually get like $100 off discount or even more if you just email support and tell them you haven't been on there before. Sometimes they'll hook you up. But you can get started for and auditioning for real projects for less than $1,000. And as long as you take it seriously and treat it like a business and you work at it, you're going to make that back. I'll say within a year, but most likely way before that. Sometimes people, they try to do things their own way and you don't know what you don't know. So if you're going to do voiceover, and this isn't just me pitching my stuff, join or not, train with somebody that knows what they're doing, somebody that's actively doing it now in today's market, not somebody who did it like 20, 30 years ago that doesn't even audition or work now. Work with someone that's working now so they can at least give you the business advice on how to really make money doing this voiceover, especially in the age of AI. Things are really competitive right now. And no longer can you just be, conversational, because AI is actually pretty good at doing that. You got to put your own personality into that. That's the only thing that you really have these days to beat other voice actors, beat the machines, is the one thing that's unique about you that nobody else can touch. And that's your own personality. There's a lot of humor reads coming back these days. So work on that for sure. Get in touch with your inner comedian, watch a lot of stand-up shows, imitate them, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I digress. Let's continue on. Consistency. Consistency was a big theme this week. Sometimes people will be consistent for a week or sometimes a few days and then kind of fall off. Consistency is something that you want to, stay consistent at for a long period of time. So if you're one of those people like myself who goes really hard for like a few days and you can't keep it up, pull it back. I always like to say in the beginning, if you can strive to get 50, 60 auditions a day, it's really hard in the beginning. You're going to have to get on multiple platforms, have multiple agents, especially in today's day and age. And if you're able to do that, just getting that done is going to make you a better voice actor. But then you'll have your pick of like the best auditions to be able to do. If you can't do 50 to 60 a day, that's fine. What number can you do for sure every single day over a long period of time? And then after a while, just like going to the gym, just add a couple more reps, add a couple more auditions in. Yeah. And then you'll get to your goal a lot faster. Consistency doesn't just apply with auditions too. Like, are you doing your vocal warm-ups? Are you doing tongue twisters to work in your articulation? Really be, self-aware. Like, what's your bottleneck if you've been doing this and you're not getting the results? If you don't know, well, ask somebody, ask a friend, post your auditions. Like if you're part of a community of people that are supportive, whether it's, if you're in a supportive Facebook group, great. I'd love to know what one it is because they're usually not very supportive. They're usually just bitchy and mean and angry. But if you're a part of, there's many voiceover communities out there, ask the community, be like, what do you think's holding me back? And tell them to pull no punches. Tell them what they post an audition and ask them what they hear and then fix it. Voiceover is not like this magical thing that some people get to do and some people don't. Everybody starts off at different levels, but you can figure it out. I promise you can figure it out, but you can only do that if you're self-aware. And if you don't have that self-awareness in voiceover because you're newer, ask somebody who's been doing it for a while what they hear, what they think that the thing that you need to work on the most is, and then work on it and be consistent at working on it. And eventually you'll turn that weakness into a strength. Right. And speaking of strengths, inside VoiceOver School, we had a bunch of wins this week. We're always for these Sunday sit-down sessions, I'm going to talk about my career, what worked, what came up in coaching and all that, and what got students ahead. But we're also going to end it with the wins of the week, show you guys what some of the students here are able to achieve inside VoiceOver School. So this, if you've never seen it before, is VoiceOver School. So in here, we've got like our classroom where our courses are hiding out, AI tools, apps. This is our premier course, the VoiceOver Jumpstart 2.0. It takes you from like knowing nothing all the way to booking and has all like the secrets for like voices.com, voice123 and all this stuff. Well, not secrets, but like all the information that I know, I put it into there. And this is the current one that I'm working on right now, the 100K system. That's how to scale past $100,000. But you've got to complete this one first. Then we have like all of our live events that we do and all that. But anyway, I digress. Back to the main page. In here, we post the wins of the week every week. So this is the wins we have right now. And this is awesome. It's great to see because so many people that come in here, they don't have like any bookings when they start. And then they go through a period of like where they get one, get really excited. Then it's kind of some time before the next one. And then they kind of get down on themselves. And then they start booking like crazy. I don't know if Nigel was one of those people. He came to us pretty good, like right off the bat. But it definitely seems like it's really kind of exploding right now. 4 bookings this week, more than me, 2 more than me. 2 repeat clients, 2 LDS, live directed sessions in one day, 5-star review on Voice123. 6 likes away from 100 and 6 months on the platform. That's it. It's a good job. Orlando is crushing it right now too. When the final audition is the final, you did it right. So he posted like an audition and then they just used that for the job. No redo required. Ethan, my Canadian brother, booked his first job through his agency. He's with Atlas Talent and just booked a job and wrapped it up in 15 minutes. That's great. Gigi, just had a game released. She's a voice in a Square Enix game. Super cool. I think that's super cool. I've never been in a Square Enix game. That's a big company. Josh got his second Voice123 booking, a video game with an NPC role. Harley booked without an audition. Client founder, direct outreach, booked. That's my favorite. I've heard a couple coaches say that on the elite program, which I'm on Voice123, that it doesn't, like, you can't take advantage of it unless you're still like in the top, like whatever, 10% or 20% or something like that. And that's actually not true. One of the best parts about being on the elite program is that you get high visibility. So I'm on there and I get a lot of job offers that pays for itself just in job offers. Harley's not on there. Another way that you can get job offers on Voice123 is so you're not just doing the audition hamster wheel, is you can keyword all your demos really well with words that clients are looking for. Nikki Schwartz is I believe her website's called the Casting Site Optimizer. She does that for you. Well, she's got different plans where she can point out if your keywords are tagged well or not. She did my profile and it made a massive difference. And I think Harley worked with her as well. I could be wrong, but visibility converts, absolutely, when you're keywording all your demos, but they got to be good too. Harley's really talented. She's really good. And she's keyworded her demos properly, so client found her and booked her. There's more to this game than just being good. You got to understand how these platforms work as well. Philip, booking required no additional recording, just did the audition, bam, got the job. They used the audition. That's great. Zachary, second voices.com booking in 2 weeks. That's awesome. Congratulations. Brian, another booking. 2 this month, live directed session tomorrow. Oh, sweet. Hope that went well because that was 2 days ago. Hope it went well, Brian. Jordan, first Voice123 direct booking, 5-star review included. Dope. Cynthia booked her first job. Jordan, I wonder if this is a different Jordan. 4th ad with a banking client, no edits needed. Amazing. Robert, first luxury brand social media spot, dropped on Porsche's YouTube channel. That's pretty dope. Nathan signed with SN Voices Management in London. Nathan is just like crushing it right now. He's one of our our British voice actors in the community who's working on his American accent to come and take over here as well. Josh, 2 Voice 123 bookings, 10 like proposals, and 1 client favorite. This is like endless, by the way, so I'm going to pick this up. Kay did 1,000 auditions on VDC since August. Discipline milestone unlocked. Kay did 43 VDC shortlists, 57 123 likes, and 100 total green thumbs. Jacqueline did 287 auditions since November 2021 shortlist, 150 auditions last 3 weeks. Robert participated in weekly call, resulted in 5 shortlists in 1 day. That is awesome. Dwayne, first ever VDC shortlist. Congratulations. That's a huge milestone. Tara, 5 shortlists in 2 weeks. Kevin, second shortlist. Jacqueline, client recognition. First V123 client favorite list. And this just goes on and on and on and on and on. I don't want to read them all. Okay, that's pretty much all in there. So yeah, good job, everybody else. Orlando's got 2 in there. Greedy bastard. Just kidding. Congratulations, Orlando. Congratulations to everybody inside VoiceOver School. If you're watching this, good job, everybody. Couldn't be prouder. And we post these every single week. Mine weren't included in there because I got it too late, Lucas. I had to, but I would have been like somewhere around here, down here. Many of my students just crush me. It's awesome, like when you get students that beat you for jobs or beat the amount of jobs that you're booking, there's no better feeling and no better validation. So anyway, that is our very first Sunday sit down episode. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you guys want to see more of this, if you want me to talk about other things. I thought this was like a more fun, casual way just to kind of talk to you guys and humanize myself rather than just shove voiceover nuggets down your throat. Tell you what I've been up to, give you a little transparency to how well my career is going, or some weeks not going. I'm human too. I don't book everything under the sun. I'm pretty good. My booking ratio usually sits between everything around 1 in 42 overall, like as the year goes by. This week I had a booking ratio of like 1 in 57, I think it was. And we have tracking sheets inside VoiceOver School to help you do all that kind of stuff too. But anyway, if you want to learn more about VoiceOver School, check the links below. There's one that goes directly to the About page here, which will tell you everything we're about. There's a free training if you're thinking about getting into VoiceOver. All that's in the links below. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next one. What was the sign off people are telling me to do? Ta-ta. I don't like that. Toodles was another one, and peace is what I used to use. Anyway, later.